Today, we're creating anime's strongest Squid game, from Goku in Dragon Ball to Jinwoo from Solo Leveling and even Luffy from One Piece. We've got them all. There will be a total of 5 games, and after each round, a set number of players will be eliminated. For example, if round 1 starts with 20 characters and the elimination number is 10, once 10 are out, the remaining 10 will move on to the next round. And we'll keep this going until we've reached the very end, where only one will stand as the ultimate winner. So, who do you think will survive to the end and claim that top spot? Drop your prediction in the comments before we get started. For starters, we've got 40 characters entering round 1, and the game is Sugar Honeycombs, a true test of IQ and luck. Here's how it works. Each character will be given 4 colored balls: red, yellow, green, and blue. Then, we'll spin a wheel to decide which shape each color gets to carve. Alright, let's spin the wheel for circle first. And the characters which got this shape are the yellow ball ones. That means they'll have to carefully carve a circle out of their dalgona without cracking the honeycomb. Now let's spin again, this time for triangle. And the characters which got this shape are the green ball ones. That means these characters have to carve a triangle. Next up, the hardest of them all, the umbrella. And the characters which got this shape are the red ball ones. That means these are the characters who have to carve the hardest shape of all, the umbrella. Well, good luck to them. They're really going to need it. As for the ones left with blue balls, they'll be carving a star, which isn't exactly easy either. And for this round, the maximum number of eliminations is 10. Alright, let's start with the circle group. These are the characters who got the easiest shape, or at least it should be. For Light Yagami, this is a piece of cake. With the level of intelligence this guy has, he'll breeze through without breaking a sweat. Luffy, on the other hand, would probably just use Gear 5, turn the dalgona into rubber, and effortlessly pop out the shape. Gojo? Easy. With his infinity, he could precisely carve the circle without ever even touching the candy. For Arthur? Come on! This man once used Excalibur to precisely remove a parasite from someone's brain. Carving out a circle of sugar? Too easy. As for Saitama, his ridiculous strength might actually be a disadvantage here, but thanks to sheer luck, he pulled the easiest shape. He'll pass this round with flying colors. And for the rest, Anos, Jotaro, Dio, Aizen, and Freyren, let's be honest, we don't even need to explain. Their IQ and abilities are off the charts, and with luck on their side, the circle was the best thing they could have asked for. So here in circle, no one is eliminated. Next up, we've got the triangle group, and here are the characters who pull this shape. Starting with Goku, we all know he's not exactly the sharpest tool in the shed, but when things get serious and his life's on the line, his battle instincts kick in hard. Remember his fight against Hit? How he analyzed Hit's patterns and predicted his moves? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So, even though the triangle's a bit tricky, Goku could use his ki control to heat the needle and carefully melt the edges with precision. Muzan, on the other hand, could just use his flesh manipulating abilities to create a razor-sharp tool and cut the shape cleanly. As for Momo Ayase, she's shown insane precision with her psychic powers. Those big green spiritual hands? Yeah, she's carving that triangle like it's nothing. Zenitsu, despite his usual panic attacks, has lightning-fast reflexes. He'd probably carve the whole thing in one perfect motion before even realizing it. Then we've got Rimuru, Makima, and Madara, all incredibly intelligent and strategic thinkers. For them, this challenge is barely a warm-up. That leaves Asta, Killua, and Deku. Asta, with his insane ability to sense ki, could detect every tiny vibration and stress point in the candy, carving it flawlessly without a crack. Killua, a born assassin with insane precision, would slice it out with ease. And Deku, come on, with all his quirks and tactical mind, he's not breaking that honeycomb either. So once again, in the triangle round, no one gets eliminated. Looks like luck's really on their side this time. But things are about to change, because this time, we've got the star group, and these are the characters in it. Starting with Tanjiro. His incredible focus and precise breathing techniques would let him patiently and flawlessly carve out the star without breaking a single edge. For Sukuna, Ichigo, Yuno, and Gon, honestly, this is a piece of cake for them. Even though the star is the second hardest shape, these guys are too skilled to struggle here. That leaves us with Vegeta, Kafka Hibino, Guts, Shinra, and Okaru. For Vegeta, yeah, this won't go like it did with Goku. His arrogance and impatience would make him rush, and that delicate star would shatter instantly. Plus, let's be real, his pride wouldn't even let him focus on something this low level, so Vegeta is eliminated. Next, Kafka. Thanks to his deep knowledge of kaiju anatomy from his monster sweeper days, he has an incredible sense of precision. He could apply that same expertise here, knowing exactly where to apply pressure on the candy, so he passes. Now, Guts. The more pressure he faces, the more his rage builds, and while that's his greatest strength in battle, here it's his downfall. A task that demands calm and patience just isn't his arena. Eliminated as well. Shinra comes next. He's fast, agile, and smart, but precision isn't exactly his strong suit. Remember his fight against Makioze when he struggled fighting her without his feet? Yeah, same problem here. Eliminated. And finally, Okaru. Unlike Momo's psychic precision, his abilities just aren't designed for fine control or delicate movements, so he's eliminated too. That means so far, we've had 4 eliminations in this round. Let's see if that number goes up as we move forward. Next up, the toughest challenge of them all, the Umbrella Group. And here are the characters facing it. Let's get straight to the point. The ones who can handle this without too much trouble are Jinwoo, Naruto, Sasuke, and Sakamoto. And for anyone doubting Sakamoto, come on! The man aced the assassination exam. Compared to that, this game is child's play. That leaves us with the rest: Inosuke, Zoro, Eren, Aang, and Ma. Starting with Inosuke, he's pure instinct and aggression. Not exactly the steady hands type. Yeah, he's not making it through. Zoro might be a master swordsman, but let's be honest, he could get lost just looking at the intricate details of the umbrella and run out of time. Eren, with his impulsive nature, would let his anger take over and crack the honeycomb in frustration. Aang has the focus when calm, sure, but the moment he gets emotional or anxious, his concentration slips, so he's out too. Next up is Bakugo, all explosions and attitude. With that fiery temper of his, this challenge was never going to be easy. Eliminated as well. And finally, Mob. His psychic power is immense, but that kind of overwhelming force isn't ideal for something this delicate. The moment he loses control, that candy's gone. So that's 6 eliminations in the Umbrella Group, which means with 10 total eliminations this round, we're down to 30 remaining characters who will move on to the next stage, the race. And whichever 6 characters come in last will be eliminated here. And one more thing, we're only taking the character's raw speed into account here. But before we move ahead, to keep getting more interesting anime content like this in the future, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and let's keep going. Alright, for the race round, instead of checking on every single character and ranking all 30, let's cut straight to the chase. We only need to see who the last 6 are, since those will be the ones getting eliminated. Starting from the very bottom, in 30th place, no surprise here, it's Light Yagami. As a normal human with no enhanced physical abilities, his genius intellect means nothing in a contest of pure speed. In 29th place, we've got Momo Ayase. Sure, she can use her psychokinesis to move around, but let's be honest, her speed is nowhere near enough to compete with these high-speed monsters. 28th place goes to Makima. Her strength lies in control and manipulation, not raw speed, so she's completely outclassed here. Coming in 27th, it's Jotaro. Since we're not counting stand abilities for this, he's basically just human, meaning no superhuman speed to rely on. Sorry, Jotaro. 26th place goes to Tanjiro. His Demon Slayer training gives him enhanced reflexes and agility, but at the end of the day, he's still limited by a human body. And in 25th place, we have Sakamoto. Despite being the absolute peak of human capability, his natural speed just can't keep up with the superhuman racers in this lineup. So there you have it, the 6 characters eliminated from this round. And I know what you're thinking, who just barely made the cut. That would be Dio Brando, sitting safely at 24th place. He can't use his stand either, but being a vampire gives him a slight edge over Jotaro. That means, with this round over, we're down to just 24 characters moving on to the next stage, the flag battle. Alright, for this round, we're dividing the 24 remaining characters into 6 teams, with 4 members each. You can see the team lineup on your screen right now. Each team will have a flag to protect, and any team that loses its flag will be eliminated. The maximum number of eliminations this round is 2 teams, meaning a total of 8 characters could be out by the end. With everyone taking their positions on the field, the matchups are set. Team A versus Team B, Team C versus Team D, and Team E versus Team F. Let's start with Team A versus Team B. Right off the bat, Team B's in trouble, mainly because of Aizen. As soon as the match begins, he activates his Shikai, trapping Team B in the flawless flawless illusion of Kyoka Suigetsu and completely distorting their senses. But Team B isn't down yet. They've got Freyrin, whose old technique resistance to hypnosis magic makes her the perfect counter to Aizen's illusions. So let's say Freyrin manages to help her teammates break free from it. Even so, this battle is far from easy for Team B. Asta's anti-magic completely neutralizes Freyrin's spells, and Saitama's limitless strength makes quick work of both Luffy and Kafka. That leaves only Sasuke standing on Team B. And if it comes down to Sasuke versus Aizen, with Zenitsu still on Team A's side too, let's be honest, I'm leaning toward Team A taking this one. So in the end, Team A captures Team B's flag with relative ease, meaning Team B is eliminated from this round. Now, let's see how Team C and Team D are holding up. Right from the start, Jinwoo from Team C summons his entire Shadow Army, and just like that, what was supposed to be a 4v4 turns into 4 versus a million soldiers. Yeah, I know it's technically unfair, but hey, there's no rule saying anyone has to limit their power in this round. That means Rimuru and Goku from Team D can also go all out from the very beginning. This one's going to be a long and chaotic battle, as both teams are insanely powerful. So while they're busy clashing, let's shift over and check in on Team E versus Team F, since all the fights are happening in real time. Here, Gojo is standing guard, his infinity making Team F's flag completely untouchable to any physical attack from Team E. In response, Madara activates his perfect Susanoo to defend their own flag, while Naruto floods the entire field with thousands of Sage Mode shadow clones to overwhelm the enemy. But that doesn't sit well with Sukuna. Annoyed by the endless swarm, he unleashes his malevolent shrine, instantly shredding every clone in range and seriously wounding Gon and Deku. Now the fight narrows down. Sukuna faces Naruto, while Madara stays back to guard the flag. That's when Anos and Dio step onto the battlefield. Anos obliterates Madara's Susanoo, and Dio, with a smirk, simply activates the world, freezes time, and strolls past everyone to casually take the flag. That means Team E has been defeated, and with that, they're eliminated. Since the maximum of 2 teams are eliminated now, we'll have to stop the battle between Team C and Team D right there. So, out of 24, we now have 16 characters moving on to the 4th round, the Tug of War. For those who don't know, it's a simple game where 2 teams pull opposite ends of a rope, trying to drag the other across a line. Since we've got 16 characters left, we'll split them into 2 teams of 8. You can see the full lineup on your screen right now. Now, here's how this will work. We'll be evaluating each matchup 1v1, and every time a player wins, the rope shifts slightly toward their team. We'll keep going until one team completely dominates the other. That means, by the end of this round, one full team of 8 characters will be eliminated, and this time, it's strictly 8v8. No Jinwoo Shadow Army advantage like last time. Let's start with Gojo from Team Goku versus Jinwoo from Team Saitama. Well, if Jinwoo can somehow bypass Gojo's infinity, this should be a win. And well, he can. As the Shadow Monarch, Jinwoo's spiritual authority is a conceptual force that transcends spatial manipulation. That means Gojo's infinity doesn't matter here. Gojo is out, and the rope shifts toward Team Saitama. Next up, Jinwoo versus Muzan. No need to drag this one out. Jinwoo obliterates him. Ropes shift again toward Team Saitama. Then Jinwoo versus Zenitsu. Same story, Jinwoo wins, and the rope keeps moving towards Team Saitama. At this point, Team Saitama's on a roll. Next is Jinwoo versus Asta. Now, Asta's got his anti-magic advantage. Jinwoo does rely on mana after all. But here's the catch. Asta's anti-magic only negates mana, not the Shadow Monarch's fundamental authority. In pure physical power, Jinwoo still crushes him. Another win for Jinwoo. Rope moves even more toward Team Saitama. At this point, Team Goku's in real trouble. Can they make a comeback? Let's find out. Next matchup, Jinwoo versus Anos. Now, this is a battle against the embodiment of death versus the contradiction of death. Now, if you ask me, Anos' ability to destroy concepts and rewrite reality itself means he can bypass almost any power Jinwoo throws at him. Remember, Anos can destroy things like destiny, fate, and even eternal existence. So this one goes to Anos. Rope starts shifting back toward Team Goku. Next up, Anos versus Dio. No need to overthink it. Rope slides more towards Team Goku. Then Anos versus Killua. Same outcome. Rope shifts again toward Team Goku. Next up, Anos versus Arthur. Arthur's fast with his blade, no question, but Anos is operating on a completely different level. Rope moves again toward Team Goku. Now the tension's real. Both teams are nearly even. Next, Anos versus Yuna. With his source magic, Anos can literally command Yuno's strength to become non-existent. Rope shifts toward Team Goku again. Team Saitama's in danger now. Anos versus Aizen next. Aizen's a powerhouse, no doubt, but he's still bound by the rules of his universe. Anos, on the other hand, he can rewrite or destroy those rules entirely. Another decisive victory for Anos, and the rope moves further toward Team Goku. Anos is completely dominating this round. Can anyone stop him and bring Team Saitama back? Let's find out. Next, Anos versus Sukuna. No need to draw it out. Sukuna's strong, but nowhere near Anos' level. Rope inches even closer to Team Goku's side. That leaves Saitama as Team Saitama's final hope. If Anos wins this, Team Goku takes it all. So, can Anos actually defeat Saitama? Technically, yes. In pure brute force, Saitama is unmatched by most, but Anos exists on a different plane of power. Physical attacks mean nothing to someone who can simply ignore death itself. Meanwhile, Anos can end the fight instantly by erasing Saitama from existence, and with that, Anos wins, and Team Goku takes the round. That means Team Saitama and all 8 of its members are officially eliminated, and the remaining 8 from Team Goku will move on to our final challenge, the Hell Battle. Alright, as the name suggests, this is it, an all-out battle between the final 8 characters. The rules are simple. Everyone fights, and the last one standing takes the crown. That means 7 will fall, and only 1 will emerge victorious. Each fighter chooses their own opponent. Goku, as expected, goes straight for the strongest he can find, Anos. Meanwhile, Ichigo locks onto Rimuru, and the rest pair off as Asta versus Zenitsu and Muzan versus Gojo. Let's start with Asta versus Zenitsu. Zenitsu's entire fighting style revolves around lightning-fast speed, but in his Devil Union form, Asta surpasses him in every category: speed, strength, and endurance. This one's quick. Asta wins, giving us our first elimination, Zenitsu. Asta now steps back to recover his stamina after using Devil Union. Meanwhile, on the other side of the arena, we've got Muzan versus Gojo, and honestly, this one's over before it even begins. Muzan has no way to hurt Gojo thanks to Infinity's passive defense, while Gojo has multiple techniques that can easily overpower Muzan's regeneration. Second elimination, Muzan Kibutsuji. Now Gojo, seeing Asta resting nearby, decides to take him on next. So, who wins this one? Well, technically speaking, cursed energy in Jujutsu Kaisen is a form of magical energy, and Asta's anti-magic negates anything energy-based. That means Asta can completely nullify Gojo's infinity and his barriers. Add Asta's raw physical strength and speed, and Gojo simply can't keep up. So the third elimination, Satoru Gojo. 3 down, 4 to go. Who do you think will win this one? Comment your pick below. And hey, if you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Go ahead, hit that button. Alright, moving on. Ichigo versus Rimuru. At his peak, Ichigo is insanely powerful. A universal level threat capable of fighting your watch, who could merge or destroy entire dimensions. But Rimuru's on another scale entirely. As a true dragon and demon god, Rimuru operates on a multiversal to high outerversal level, capable of erasing, recreating, and even transcending entire realities. He literally exists beyond the concept of fiction itself. So yeah, Ichigo never stood a chance. Fourth elimination, Ichigo Kurosaki. Now, since Asta's recovered, he steps up to face Rimuru. Asta can negate a lot of Rimuru's attacks, but there's a massive gap in scale. Asta isn't a universal level being, while Rimuru's power and adaptability would easily counter everything Asta could throw at him. That means fifth elimination, Asta. With that said, we're now down to just 3, Goku, Anos, and Rimuru. Now let's see how Goku versus Anos unfolds, remembering that whoever wins faces Rimuru next. So, as I mentioned earlier, Anos' power is absolutely ridiculous. He manipulates concepts, causality, and reality itself. He can literally decide that something like he no longer exists in a domain. Goku, on the other hand, fights through raw physical might and ki-based attacks. Even at his multiversal level, Goku operates within physical laws Anos can erase with ease. And even if Goku somehow destroyed Anos completely, it wouldn't matter. Anos can resurrect from his own conceptual erasure. His very source can't be destroyed, meaning Goku has no way to finish him off. So the 6th elimination, Goku. Now, only 2 remain, Anos Voltigode and Rimuru Tempest. This is it, the battle of gods beyond gods. Both are designed to be unstoppable in their own worlds. Anos destroys concepts while Rimuru exists outside of them, even absorbing and transcending them. It's the ultimate paradox. But since we can't end on a tie, we've got to crown someone the winner. If I had to choose, I'd lean slightly toward Rimuru. He just operates on a slightly higher dimensional level than Anos. But honestly, this matchup is completely debatable, so let me know in the comments who you think would win. And hey, if somehow Anos and Rimuru destroy each other in the process, then technically Goku would take the win by default, since he was the last one standing before them. But we're not going with that perspective, so officially, the winner of this entire game is none other than Rimuru Tempest. Click on this video next, where we made Saitama fight the strongest anime characters in history. Go on, check it out.